first name on my list. And Moran, we're going to start with you. The name is Dak Prescott. Overrated or underrated?
I mean, based on the contract, you would think he's the best quarterback ever, but I would have to say overrated. I love Dak as a quarterback. I really do, but we'll just stick on the theme. Like an oatmeal raisin cookie, he leaves you wanting more. So, yeah, I think overrated is fair. I want to just put the caveat out there that I don't think all of it's his fault. The Cowboys are just horrendously run. But he does sometimes play like one of the best quarterbacks ever, and then other times you would think Cooper Rush should be in the game. So just a very confusing quarterback.
Dak is definitely a victim of Jerry Jones not acting like a rich guy while being a rich guy. Yeah. Like just trying to nickel and dime guys and win negotiations. And CeeDee Lamb doesn't have a contract, and Micah Parsons doesn't have a contract. And who do we tell? We'll talk to Dak. We'll do this. Ryan, what do you think about Dak? Overrated, underrated?
I think Dak has to be probably the most polarizing player this topic could have had. Like, he's a Dallas Cowboy and he's a quarterback, and there's some years where his numbers are jumping out at you. Like, damn, like I just looked up his stats. Let me just read one year. This is 2021. This is his last, well, I shouldn't even say his last great year because he did it again in 2023, but 2021, almost 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 picks for a quarterback rating of 104. He had a quarterback rating of 106 in 2023 with 36 and 9 touchdown interception ratio. So I just got to throw those numbers out there because I feel like Dak gets so much flack. You see what I did there? When it's not going well because he's a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, all of his mistakes are just so magnified. And especially like their playoff losses and not being able to get to the NFC Championship since like Matt was like 2 years old. So I don't know, man. It's a really hard question. But having said all that, I'm going to go with overrated because the wins do have to come in at some point. Like, he's been the starter for the big wins. Yeah. Like, you can't get blown out by the Packers by 30 in the playoffs. Like, you just can't do it.
I mean, you can. We did it.
Yep.
Comment here in the chat from Rye Smokey, overrated, but I do feel bad how hated he tends to be by Cowboys fans. Cowboys fans are just miserable. I don't really think, we should feel bad for Dak for that, but I do totally get the point. My thing with Dak is I feel like he spent so long being overrated that he's actually now underrated. The guy's 76 and 46 in his career. Like, he plays in a division where he's playing the Eagles, Commanders and Giants, obviously up and down. But I always look at it with quarterbacks like, if this quarterback was on your team, would you be wanting them to upgrade? And I don't really feel that way about Dak. I do feel like he's overpaid.
I want to just put a caveat out there. You're a Bears fan.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I'm not trying to be rude, but you can say me being playing quarterback.
Yeah, I think this is a situation where you should be rude for sure.
I will say though, like just for Dak's credit, like I agree with Rice Mookie and I agree with what Mito said. Like, he is a baller. Like, I think he's a good leader. I do like his approach that he brings to the game. I think he's passionate. I think he works his ass off. And I think he's also had some bad injury luck. That has to be talked about. I think 2 of these past 3 years, he's been hurt and missed a lot of games. And it's not, I don't know, it makes this question even harder asking it today. Like, I think it would have been a much easier question a few years ago. But just not going well for Dak so far.
And Matt, sorry, you can finish your thought. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, but no, you're 100% right. Like, my goggles as a Bears fan are very tainted. When I see Dak, I'm like, that wouldn't be too bad. Like, guy's got 3 career 4,000-yard seasons, just throwing 30 touchdowns on the regular. Like, obviously CeeDee Lamb is a baller. And, before that he had Amari Cooper, who was good. But, like, it's not like this guy's been like just surrounded. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not true. He had like the really good line earlier in his career with Zeke. So that would be my vote. Was overrated for a while, probably kind of underrated now.
I think it's actually the opposite of what you're saying with the overrated, underrated. I think he was underrated for so long that he became the love of everyone. And because he was so loved by everyone, when he started to do a little bit bad, everyone jumped on the overrated.
And that has a lot to do with what Ryan said, too, about just, like, being in the spotlight that much. The Cowboys have so many primetime games. It's like, it's like center field for the Yankees. It's just like the scrutiny you're going to be under is just so much more than anybody else. Like, if Dak was the quarterback for, the Colts, like, we'd be like, oh, yeah, Dak's good. Colts, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot more scrutiny when you're on the Cowboys. So overall, we got 2 votes. So we'll say Dak maybe a smidge overrated for now.